Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. So happy to have you on the Mr. Marty Show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Oh, so happy to have you on the Mr. Marty Show. Yeah, we're in a world filled with sadness. Don't be surprised if you feel like your head and a madness. There's so many things we need to let the tears flow. There's so many things to grieve. Let the tears flow. It's okay to grieve and feel sad on the Mr. Marty Show. Welcome to the show, my friends. We're very happy to have you here on the Mr. Marty Show. On the Mr. Marty Show. Welcome. Everybody wants their car to go faster than the rest. Everybody wants their car to go faster than the rest. Everybody has an elephant that wants to be relevant. Everybody wants their phone to have the latest apps. Everybody wants their phone to have the latest apps. Everybody has an elephant that wants to be relevant. Gotta come to terms with the pachyderm. Gotta come to terms with pachyderm. Gotta come to terms with the pachyderm. Gotta come to terms with the pachyderm. Everybody thinks the story is all about them. Everybody thinks the story is all about them. Everybody has an elephant that wants to be relevant. Everybody thinks the world revolves around them. Everybody thinks the world revolves around them. Everybody has an elephant that wants to be relevant. Gotta come to terms with the pachyderm. 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 the biggest in the room. Everybody thinks their elephant's the biggest in the room. Oh, everybody has an elephant that wants to be relevant. Yeah, everybody has an elephant that wants to be relevant. Yeah, gotta come to terms with the fact of done. Gotta come to terms with the fact of done. Yeah, gotta come to terms with the fact of done. Gotta come to terms with the fact of done. That wants to be relevant. Everybody has an elephant. Everybody has an elephant.
Hi, Ma Gilmore fans and Marty fans. We're talking about sadness and grief, a hard subject for these days and times, but a necessary one. So I'm going to talk about the two aspects of grief by talking about my grandmother and my grandfather. My grandmother grew up the youngest of 12. She had sisters and brothers that were up to 23 years older than she was. But she was the step post in that family. And when there was a death, she was always there. When someone was ailing in her family, she was always there to comfort them. And when they died, she would grieve in her heart. There would be a few tears. And then she would say, enough of tears, all is well. One by one, her brothers and sisters and her mother and father passed away until she was down to one sister that was 2 years older than she was. And her mother on her deathbed said, take care of Treva. Even though she's older, she's weaker than you are. And so my grandmother took that to heart, and she took care of Treva. When my grandfather passed away, she grieved, but only a few days. She had been with him. It was very sudden. It took our breath away, how sudden it was. But she was there with him. And then after she had done the grieving process, enough of tears, all is well, she took on the task of taking care of her sister, Treva. She first brought her into her home so she could look after her because Treva had started to have dementia and couldn't find her way. And then when that became too much, Grandma went and found her a good nursing home that was close by. And she went every day. Sometimes when Treva didn't know her at all, my dad would say, why do you go? And she said, because I go for the other people too. They know I'm there. And so it was with Treva. Treva passed away. And my grandmother didn't sit around to die. She took up and started doing things. When my mom and dad came to live with us, and my dad was very ill, she flew on a plane in her 90s by herself. She was strong for us. So when she passed away, It was sad, and we all grieved, but I still remembered enough of tears. All is well. My grandfather, on the other hand, had two brothers. He was the oldest. And death to him was a little different. Didn't have that immense thinking that all is well. And when he lost his son, Donald Hugh, who was a blue baby, and at that time that was a hole in the heart. In the 30s, there was not much that you could do for a blue baby. And the doctor said, take him home, love it for the few months you have. My grandfather loved that child so much. And even 60 years later, when we were finally putting a headstone on Donald Hugh's grave, he sobbed. He knelt down and wept. It was hard for him because he thought if he had only lived, we could have done something for him. But there was nothing to do. My Aunt Treva, who is an artist and does all the amazing paintings and portraits in my house, took it upon herself when that baby died to do a death mask, which seems a little bit odd and a little bit black and just a really funny thing that we don't think of anymore, but it was common. And my grandfather set that statue, that head, on his mantle, and it was there every day of his life to remind him of the son that's still waiting for him. So even though I'm crying, there's enough of tears, all is well. And I hope you will find that there is enough of tears. All is well. Live your life, because this isn't all. There's more to come. So I'll get more here on a very sad topic. But I love you, and I hope that you will know these tears are of joy because I'm here. All is well. Peace.
Hello folks, Polly Chase here. You're looking for a way to beat the winter blues? Order a new tote bag from Martymccormick.com and it'll warm your days right up. This is the image for Centurions. And you can get your very own Miss Rex Zoo CD, all on Martymccormick.com. Thanks for watching.
The poem I'm sharing with you now was written by Henry Scott Holland, born in England in 1847. Holland's family was extremely wealthy and very much part of the upper class of English society. As a young man, Holland was sent to be educated at Eton, but was not a great student. However, eventually he gained a degree, one of the highest honours one can achieve at Oxford. Following his graduation, Holland was hired as a lecturer of philosophy at Christ Church College. He was able to publish a number of articles and books that were often investigations of the moral and social conditions of his surrounding neighbourhoods. He had been deeply moved by the life and death struggle that could be observed on the streets of London, and was one of the first to argue for the creation of mission houses or homes for those who have no means to support themselves. In 1910, after a life spent dedicated to the investigation of social injustices, he was made Regius Professor of Divinity at Oxford University He held this position until his health began to fail in 1914 and died 4 years later in March of 1918. Death is nothing at all. It does not count. I have only slipped away into the next room. Nothing has happened. Everything remains exactly as it was. I am I, and you are you. And the old life that we lived so fondly together is untouched, unchanged. Whatever we were to each other, that we are still. Call me by the old familiar name. Speak of me in the easy way which you always used. Put no difference into your tone. Wear no forced air of solemnity or sorrow. Laugh as we always laughed at the little jokes that we enjoyed together. Play, smile, think of me, pray for me. Let my name be ever the household word that it always was. Let it be spoken without an effort, without the ghost of a shadow upon it. Life means all that it ever meant. It is the same as it ever was. There is absolute and unbroken continuity. What is this death but a negligible accident? Why should I be out of mind because I am out of sight? I am but waiting for you, for an interval, somewhere very near, just around the corner. All is well. Nothing is hurt, nothing is lost. One brief moment and all will be as it was before. How we shall laugh at the trouble of parting when we meet again.
Hi guys, I'm Lena and today's topic is grief. It's a complex feeling to grieve for someone that you have lost, be it a family member, a friend, or a pet, because they're also part of a family. I recently have lost my uncle because of COVID, and what I felt at first was anger. I was confused and my brain was looking for justice because it all felt unfair. You know, we don't really expect our dear ones to be affected by the pandemic, we don't really expect someone close to us to pass away. But it can happen, which is why I think we all should be more cautious and do as much as we can to help not spread the virus, because it really hurts to lose someone because of it. Another thing is that you can't do anything, but your brain keeps spinning with situations that have the question, what if? What if this? What if that? But it doesn't really help. Trying to blame other people, but that doesn't work either. It's not bringing the person you lost back to you. An advice that I have is that you can cry. In today's society, it's really fast-paced. You're not allowed to grieve. You're not allowed to be sad, to be depressed. You have to function for the system that we have. You have to work, you have to go to school, you have so many responsibilities, but there isn't an empty space left for you as an individual to process what happens. We barely have time to process our feelings nowadays. Unless it's happiness, because people just love selling the idea of happiness and the toxic positivity that is extremely harmful. Cry as much as you need to. It's not embarrassing to cry. It's not a bad thing to cry. It's your way to let it all out. It's not good to keep it within your body. It's painful to keep it for yourself. And if you have people that you can trust, I would say to go approach them and reach out to them, talk to them about how you feel. It's not embarrassing to talk about that if you lost someone. And you can also get a diary and write in it how you feel, your favorite memories with that person, and what they meant to you. I don't know how you will feel about it in the future. I can barely process the fact that my uncle passed away. I still refuse the idea. I still deny it. So I don't know how I will feel about it in the future. But I genuinely hope that everyone watching this will have a piece of peace within yourselves, and I hope you can give yourself space to cry, to feel those emotions, because it's totally fine to do that. And I genuinely hope you find a way to incorporate that within your life. I genuinely hope you find your own ways, but really be compassionate with yourself, have empathy for yourself, be easy on yourself, because you deserve that. That's all I can say for now. I wish I could have said more. I wish I could have given more advice, but it's only has been a month for me, so I don't have an advice for the long term of grief. I wish I could, but I genuinely don't have that. I hope that it will be better for you. That's all I can say. And thank you for having me here talking about grief, and thank you for listening to this. I hope you will be well, and your family as well, and your friends as well. And that's all I can say. I hope you find your comfort, because you deserve comfort.
Now, 30 seconds of cue.
Hi everybody, I'm Marty McCormick, and this is called To Serve the Muse. What I'd like to talk to you guys about today is when songwriting, you don't always have to have what I call a hard rhyme. Spoon, moon, that sort of thing. What is more interesting sometimes is to look at what I call soft rhymes. And soft rhymes are where the vowel sound sort of sits in the same house as the other one. Okay? Rhyme, sign. Not spelled the same at all, but there's still that kind of carryover of sort of the same family, right? Cousins. Why is that important when you're writing a song? Because that gives you incredible freedom when you're pursuing your story. It's very important to start out when you're writing to just basically put down basic words and then go for the rhyme. I'm going to use soft rhymes to put together a song that is about grief. How does one just go about writing a song about a topic such as grief? It is something that we all experience, right, from time to time. We've all had grief in our life. We've lost somebody. We've mourned something. So it's not that it's difficult to get into the meat of a song about grief, but is it going to be heartfelt? Is it going to be sincere? And probably most important of all, are you going to be able to reach out and touch somebody else that you don't even know who that person is, but through your song, they're going to find resonance with it. One of the tricks I like to do when I'm writing a song is to not mention what it is. In other words, I'm not going to put the word grief into the song at all. That's going to be a challenge I'm going to give myself. One of the ways we deal with grief is through song. So, I think I accomplished that. The second thing is, I wanted to do soft rhymes. So, I take a word like again, and I'm going to have it rhyme with the word when. Again, when. Not spelled the same. You, cruel. That's an even softer rhyme. And I am, just then. Very soft rhymes in that second verse. I have to add the music. I have to go through my lyrics and make sure that they all can stand up to it. And let's see what I come up with. You were in my dreams again. Seems like you like to visit when I feel as if I might now feel that I can go on, that I can heal. You look as when we were young, when our love just begun. I wake up to the familiar scene, me alone, you a dream. In heart goes dark once again, once again. I know inside it's not really you. You never were someone cruel to remind me of all what had been and the days of remember when. I can tell myself to let go. You would be the first to know that I can light the light once more, live the life we both adore. Here comes the wind, out goes the flame. My heart goes dark once again, once again. You never want to see me this way. You never want to see me this way. I know you'd want to take the blame. Want to take the blame. Just as I come up for air, I reach for you. You're not there. Time heals. I need more time. If I'm ever to ever find that sense of peace that eludes me, mends the wound that still wounds me. If I am to truly believe that there's a thing called eternity, then you must be on the other end, telling me, be strong, my friend. In comes the wind, out goes the flame. My heart goes dark once again, once again. I will light the flame, hold my heart up high, so you'll see, so you will see from the other side. Ready? 2, 3, 1.
Thanks for watching the show. 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 The Mr. Marty Show. The Mr. Marty Show. It's been pretty sad with all these sad songs, but let's take an opportunity to find all the happiness.